To install a microprocessor in HeatSink, complete the following steps. Using the removal tool, align the beveled corner of the tool over the beveled corner of the module. Lower the tool over the microprocessor by ensuring that the two guide pins are inserted into the alignment holes on each side of the tool. Then push down on the tool to lock the microprocessor into the tool. Grasping the sides of the tool and microprocessor, carefully lift it slightly out of the microprocessor tray, then turn it over so that the microprocessor side is up. Ensure that all four jaws are firmly grabbing the microprocessor. Lower the tool and microprocessor into the socket, ensuring that the two guide pins are inserted into the alignment holes on each side of the tool. Note: do not attempt to slide the tool and the microprocessor in any direction while the microprocessor is touching the socket. If the tool and the microprocessor are not aligned with the guide pins, lift the tool and the microprocessor and reposition them. After the tool and microprocessor holes and guide pins are properly aligned, squeeze and hold the two tool tabs together until the firm stop is reached. Then lift the tool off the microprocessor. Install the HeatSink. Lower the HeatSink over the microprocessor, ensuring that the two guide pins are inserted into the alignment holes on each side of the tool. Ensure that the HeatSink load arm is engaged. While holding the HeatSink in place, use the supplied nut driver to tighten the HeatSink actuation screw. Turn the screw clockwise a few turns. Continue turning the actuation screw clockwise until a firm stop is reached. Install and close the compute node cover. Inspect the thermal interface material, TIM, for visible signs of damage. Note: when the HeatSink is removed from the failed microprocessor, the TIM should be adhered to the HeatSink. Unless damaged, the TIM that is adhered to the HeatSink can be reused. Replacing the TIM is optional and is only performed if the TIM is damaged. Do not reuse the removed HeatSink if the TIM is damaged. Either discard the HeatSink and the damaged TIM locally, or return them to IBM based on the part order form part status. Install a new TIM pad. If the TIM or HeatSink must be replaced, order part number 00E9320, HeatSink and TIM. Open the TIM packaging and carefully remove the TIM, holding it by the edges of the carrier strip and holding it away from the shipping container. Remove the protective film from the clear carrier strip by using the supplied tweezers. Note: the TIM must remain flat. Small wrinkles are acceptable, but folds are not acceptable. Using the tweezers, remove the TIM from the carrier strip and center it onto the microprocessor with the black side facing up. Align the beveled edges of the TIM and the microprocessor.